Up first, we have Palkatina playing Kairi the Swirling Sky. This is a polymorph deck that hopes to polymorph into Hullbreaker, or Tide Sprout Tyrant. Once that happens, they hope to have some 0 drops and be able to then start replaying those 0 drops, making infinite mana, and then start bouncing all of their opponent's permanents, closing the game out for the win. Up next is Jeff playing cEDH's hottest new deck, Nadu Winged Wisdom. This deck is all about getting some cheap artifacts that have a equipped cost of 0, such as Lightning Greaves and Shuko on the field, and then with things like Scute Swarm and the Nadu triggers, you bang tons of Scute Swarms. Then you cast a Giant Finale of Devastation, attack, swarm the table with those Scutes, and your opponents die to a swarm of Scute Swarms. Going third is Jace playing his signature deck, Kinnan Bonder Prodigy. This deck is all about using Kinnan's ability to gain mana advantage and then playing things like Basalt Monolith, which make infinite colorless mana, using the infinite colorless mana to then dump that into Thrasios' Scry ability, churning through their deck, or making colored mana with the Mirage Mirror. One possible win con is then casting a Giant Finale of Devastation and attacking their opponents and killing them for the win, or using that infinite colorless mana into playing a Walking Ballista and then machine gunning the table down to the Ballista's ability. Going fourth, we have Salad on Niv-Mizzet Parun. This deck gains value by slowly pinging their opponents down and then drawing cards whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell until they're able to draw into one of the 2 win cons that they have with Curiosity or Ophidian Eye, which will be infinite pings and draws, and machine gunning the table down to Niv-Mizzet Parun's 1 damage to any target ability.
Island. Jewel. Chromox. Pitch off. Top. Do 1. I will keep it like that. You know, faster.
Draw Adawara into a Mystic Remora. And if that's good, I will pass.
Draw. I'll play a Windswept Heath. I'll go ahead and crack it. If we're good with a shortcut, I'll grab the Tropical Island. And I'll play a Llanowar Elves with the Tropical Island, and I'll pass.
I'll draw for turn. I will play a land and pass the turn.
Draw. Island. Ayiri. Pass a turn.
I'll pay to keep Mystic around. Draw. Windswept Heath. Pay a life. Tropical, and then I'll just hit shortcutting if it's alright to Birds of Paradise. And that's my turn.
Alright. I will untap, upkeep, and draw a card. I'll play a Scolding Tarn. I'll tap 2 and cast Kinnan. Pass the turn.
When you're in step, I'll crack the Tarn. Search for Thundering Falls. And then I have a Surveil trigger that I will put on the graveyard. It's a swan song. And then I'll go to my turn. Draw. I'll play a City of Brass, and then I'll cast a Spell Sky, losing 1. That's good, I'll pass my turn.
Draw. Tap my top. Draw a card. Put this on top. 2 Imposter Mech on stack.
Mr. Remora trigger.
You can draw.
Yep. You're good.
ETB. I'll copy Kinnan.
Gross.
I'll pass turn after that.
Untap. We'll let Remora.
Yay.
Command Beacon. I'm gonna
Spellseeker.
cast Spellseeker.
It's pretty good too, yeah. I'm gonna respond. I'm not countering it or anything, but I'm just gonna go ahead and fetch in response. So get that out of the way. I got nothing for that though.
Search.
I have a Surveil trigger from Hedge Maze, and that can stay on top.
We'll grab a crop rotation.
Sounds reasonable.
Yes. that into my hand. We'll pay a green, cast it, sacrificing the command beacon. I'll grab a Gaia's Cradle. That is my turn.
Alright. Untap, upkeeping. Draw a card. I'll play a Waterlogged Grove. I'll play a Mox Amber. I will pass the turn.
Okay, I'll untap. Draw for a turn. I'll play Talisman of Creativity. I'll take 1 from City of Brass, and then I'll tap the Talisman to cast a Send 6. Yeah, that's it for my turn.
I'll draw top. And I'm gonna use that leftover mana to spin the top. Tap my top, draw a card, who's on top, play this island, and I'll pass it.
Draw. Cast a E-Witness. I'll return a Windswept Heath to my hand. Play my land for turn. We'll grab a green pool into the battlefield. Untapped to cast Nadu.
I will activate Kinnan in response to Nadu. See what I get off the top 5 cards. Nothing. Complete whiff. Nadu's good by me?
That's that. I will go through phases. The 1 green mana will go away, and I shall pass the turn.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, and draw. I am going to play Ancient Tomb. I'll just tap 2 from Ancient Tomb and I'll take 2 to play a Spellskite. I will pass the turn there.
Untap. Upkeep. I'll spin top. Yeah, sure, I'll leave this here. I'll draw, and then pass.
Draw. I'll do that top again.
Everyone with their pops.
I don't have one. I'm jealous.
Me either, but
Then the top. Top, draw a card is on top. I'll do 1, 2, 3. Frantic Search to draw 2, discard 2. I'll do 1, play the top again. Do another one, spin the top. I think we'll put it back like. I will pass it turn.
cast a Scoot Swarm.
Ooh.
That's bad. I will activate Kinnan in response.
Alright.
Fucking Bloom Tender.
It's more mana.
It is more mana, but it does not do anything against that Scoot Swarm and Nadu being there. Yeah, I got nothing else.
I respond. I'll cast Suspend on Nadu.
Doesn't that trigger Nadu?
It will, but
Yeah,
Scoot Swarm is still on the stack.
Oh yeah, that's good. True.
Show you a Pact negation. Gets an Ancient Tomb into play.
I'll cast this spell, targeting Pact of Negation.
Countered. Nadu goes into exile, and I'll just choose to put Nadu back in the command zone. Scoot Swarm enters. Recast Nadu. We'll just then go with land for turn as a Field of the Dead. But that will trigger Scoot Swarm, and now that I have 6 lands, I get a new another Scoot Swarm.
Yeah.
That is my turn.
Alright. I'll play a Forest as land for turn. Pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Pin. Okay, that's something. Draw. Casting Fish. If that's good, I'll pass.
I'll attempt to spin my top and I'll draw. Spin top again. I'll pass.
We're gonna tap for 6 green, just float 6 green. I'll tap for 1 blue to cast a Chain of Vapor targeting my Spell Seeker. Not a trigger.
Yeah.
Are you paying for Fish?
No, you can draw.
I'll respond after the draw.
Okay. Hullbreaker Horror.
Oh fuck. We're gonna activate 2, 4, 6, 7, see if I get anything that does anything here. What? Oh. No, I don't think that... It helps, but I don't think it works. Void Wenwer. I'll pay the 2 life to change it, Chain of Vapor to Spellskite.
I'm going to cast an Intuition, not our gaze.
I'll
Fine.
draw for fish.
You can draw for fish.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll find a Fierce Guardianship, Mindbreak Trap, and a Pact of Negation.
I would say
Fine,
Fierce Guardianship then. Because you can't cast Pact of Negation either. 0 is even.
I'll cast the Fierce Guardianship and target the Mindbreak or target the Chain of Vapor.
Okay.
I'll draw for fish.
Nah, in which is nothing fish.
Yeah, the
So Fierce.
counters the chain, which keeps my Spellskite around, so that's fine.
We'll cast Unctus.
Cast a Force of Will, pitching Polymorph.
Okay, I'll draw for force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tap for a blue and 2, take 2. Attempt to cast Fabricate.
Oh shit, they're
How
good.
many more? Response on the Fabricate, I will cast Fungify on targeting Nadu.
Which you'll get a Nadu trigger from.
Yes. Now our trigger is a Spellskite.
Alright, Spellskite's for everybody.
I will reveal Shuko.
Yeah, figured.
Pay 1 green, cast the Shuko.
Remora?
We'll pay 4 this time.
No.
Just go ahead and pass.
Draw a card.
I did it. I made you all waste your spell.
Next turn's gonna be pretty tough though, because that cost a lot of interaction and you still potentially win next turn. It's very fucking scary next turn. I will play a Treasure Vault as land for turn. I will pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. I won't pay for fish. Draw. Play a land. Play a Frantic Search.
Literally frantically searching for an answer.
I'll tap City of Brass for blue. Discarding 2. 1 and 2. And tap 3 lands. I have colorless floating. I might just use it for a top.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it for my turn.
We'll draw. Let's just spin the top again.
Yeah.
I'll just pass the turn.
Draw. Tap for 6 green and 1 blue. Attempt to recast Nadu.
Let's activate Kinnan. See if I get anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I whiffed.
We'll attempt to equip Shuko.
Yep. This might be it here.
Target. Reveal a shifting woodland. Trigger. Get 2 more Scoot Swarms.
What's the likelihood here that you don't win? Because if anybody has any interaction.
I only have 1, but Void Winnower stops it.
Yeah. Is it pretty likely now that you've got 3 scutes that you win here?
It's actually making 2.
Yeah.
2 more.
Oh.
It's 2, 4, 6, 8.
I feel like with that many scutes and he's likely to hit more and more land. I feel like at this point, like it's almost impossible.
Yeah, this is a game.
He loses. Yeah.
If you have endurance in there, you could just do everything over.
Yeah, I do have
Yeah.
endurance in here as well, and I can just
Yeah.
put my library.
He can pretty
back.
much do whatever he wants.
Yeah. I don't. You bounce my Void Winner. If you
Yeah.
get to finale first, you just finale enough for it to be an odd number, like 13 or something, and
Yeah.
you still kill us to a massive scute swarm.
A literal swarm.
Yeah, I don't see how we make it out of here alive. I'm good to.
Even if we have interaction, what's going to happen is he is just going to endurance his deck and then
Yeah,
do it all over again.
yeah. I don't.
Yeah. I do, which
Yeah.
would essentially reset everybody's triggers.
Yeah. Well, and once you do that, with the amount of scute swarms that you
Yeah.
have too, because you're making more, you're at the point where you make more and more scute swarms. Like, nice, 3 games. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. This episode was brought to you by our friends at Dragon Shield. We will be giving away some of our Dragon Shield sleeves. Be sure to use our Dragon Shield affiliate link in the comments below when you make purchases from Dragon Shield. Every little bit of support helps our channel keep growing.